Greetings, everyone, and welcome to the Project Bring Me Life podcast. We're here every Tuesday, live at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, and my name is Suleiman. I'm here with you every Tuesday. Tonight we have a very amazing show. I'll introduce the guest in just a second, but before we do that, we're just going to go into the meditation, and if everybody would just go ahead, sit back, get comfortable, relax your body, and close your eyes, if that makes you feel comfortable. And just focus on your breathing now. You're witnessing all the thoughts that you've been having lately, coming and going as if they're leaves floating down a river. And just notice all those thoughts floating by. Slowly and slowly, the leaves stop flowing until there are no more leaves and your mind is completely clear. What this allows you to do is to be open to receiving the message of this podcast. It allows you to be open to receiving the message of the guests. And it allows you to be open to receiving everything else. So with that, just being mindful of being open, being mindful of receiving, and enjoy the show. So with us tonight is Sarah Hall, and we've had her on 2 times now, so welcome for the 3rd time, Sarah.
Hi, everybody.
It's always a pleasure to have you on. I just recently had a session with you, and you are a very clear channel for the angels, and I'm very grateful for everything that you're doing.
Thank you so much, CeeLo. It's always a pleasure to be here with you, too, and I am very, very touched, and I'm very grateful for everything that you and Shannon and everyone with Project Bring Me to Life are doing, because I think it's wonderful that you guys share this kind of discussion all the time with people. It's a great community thing.
We appreciate that very much. So for tonight, you were going to be doing readings for everyone. So to sort of get everybody into that zone, I would like to go through a little bit about what purpose the tarot serve.
Yes, so I like to use oracle cards and also tarot cards just as a tool for communicating with the angels and any other spirit guides who might be around, either myself if I'm doing the reading for myself, or for my clients if I'm doing a reading for a client, a friend, or a family member. And really they're wonderful tools for getting messages, because I believe that all of us have the ability to communicate with the divine. I think that it is our birthright to be able to hear, feel, and sense spiritual guidance in our lives. I truly think it is our birthright. And what oracle cards do is it just gives us a forum for that. It gives us one of many languages that are out there to help us to kind of bridge that. And it uses a lot of different symbols or sometimes just words that help give us a sort of mental path to follow as far as, okay, this represents what the message is about that I'm receiving from my guides. Working with oracle cards is a practice in which you are working with the law of attraction. So in that way you can't really draw the wrong card as far as, you know, getting advice from your guides. If you hold the intention to receive some sort of guidance from your angels or from your guides, then whatever cards you pick, whatever sign comes up for you, is part of the answer. And I always find that it is usually you know, right on track as far as giving wonderful guidance to people.
Beautiful. And I know Shannon also does card readings quite often. Did you have anything that you wanted to add about the cards?
No, just in general, she gave a perfect representation. Cards are just really good for that visual learner. We all learn differently, so getting our messages comes differently too. And for someone who just really needs a clear picture, cards really help with that. And I love how she explained it.
Yes, that's totally true. I think that's That's really great because we sometimes need a physical representation to help us. I totally agree with that. I think that's wonderful because some of us have trouble trusting the guidance that we just feel in our own mind, and we need a little affirmation. And for many people, that seeing, you know, a word or a symbol on a card is a way to give them confirmation of maybe what they already feel inside. So I think it's a wonderful faith booster too in that way.
They usually have such beautiful artwork, so it really helps connect with people who are open to that awakening and open to that musical and artistic flow. So it really helps connect with those things.
Yes, yes, that's so true. I love that.
I'm excited to hear your readings tonight. It's going to be a good podcast.
Yes, indeed. So I will send the link out there in the chat. It's at www.projectbringmelife.com. And at the top, it'll say the podcast. Just click on that, and there'll be a chat. You can join the chat. And there I'll post the link, and you can join and speak with Sarah one-on-one. So while I'm posting the link, I was going to see if we could read off that question that we got.
Yeah, give me 1 second. Let's see here. We have a question from Ellen. It says, would Sarah be able to explain to me what the step is I need to take next in order to follow what Spirit needs from me, or what I agreed to do, which I cannot currently recall? Many thanks. I'm excited to hear your wonderful voice again.
Okay, wonderful. Well, thank you so much for your question, Ellen. I just pulled a couple of cards for you to get an answer about your path. And first of all, one of the first messages that's coming through for you represents an exciting new opportunity that will be coming along in your path that feels like it has to do with career advancement. And the card that represents this is a card from the Angel Tarot deck, which is by Doreen Virtue, and it's the Ace of Fire card. And this is a card that often represents our dreams coming true or some kind of a wish being fulfilled. So first of all, that's a sign that you've planted some good seeds already, because it feels like you're right on track as far as your intentions go, or feeling as if you have found what it is that you want to move forward towards in your goals. And your angels want to assure you, yes, you're on track and you're going to attract just this. Now the steps that they have to give you are these. First of all, they want you to know that it's important for you to, at this time, align your actions so that they match the greater values of the inner knowingness that's within you as far as what you think is what is right for you. I got a card here that says integrity, and I find that this is a message that has been very common for a lot of people that I've been talking to lately, that there are a lot of spiritual shifts going on now where people are feeling like their spiritual path is pushing them to be in higher alignment with a sense of authenticity with themselves and with their sense of life purpose in this world. For some people, it's this sense of there being all these alarm clocks going off in their life, like, quick, get on your life purpose, the time is now, sort of thing. And your angels want you to know that, yes, this guidance is coming from them, and it is true. You are ready to embark forward on your life purpose in a new and profound way that you may have not, seen yet before in your life, and that real changes truly are coming. And it's interesting, in this guidance where they've given you the idea of now living in alignment with your integrity or in alignment with your values, they want you to place this in your life in terms of the simple little things in this world, such as daily interactions with others where you might want to put up boundaries that are a little bit higher, or if you've been getting little nudges about, oh, I need to increase my health. I need to get out there and exercise or start eating a little bit better, and just kind of lifting up all areas of my life. Listen to the little simple things, because it's those little simple things that are going to shift you vibrationally in such a way that will prepare you to become very intuitively minded and ready to step forward on the next part of your path. Also, with regard to this little chapter of preparation, where you're shifting your life to become the container that will be the vessel for your life purpose to come about, they're saying it's also a time for rest, for extra energy or focus being placed towards your personal life, towards enjoying the contentment, peace, or fulfillment that comes from family time, relationships, or just working on yourself, just giving yourself a little bit of extra TLC, especially as, for some people the stress of the holidays is coming up. So that little message to just kind of work on yourself and rest, and they want you to know, Ellen, that your prayers are absolutely coming true, and it feels like you've only got a little bit of ways to go. It feels like they really are right around the corner. So thank you so much for your question.
All right, sweet. Thank you. And thank you for sending in the question. We appreciate that. So I believe we do have a few people interested, and I'm going to try and send them the link for that. One of them will be on in just a second. But also, I feel like since Shannon is very spiritual and in her zone, I would like to ask for her on her behalf if she would be able to receive a card reading.
Yes, absolutely. Shannon, would you like to ask anything specific, or would you just like something, just general cards pulled, whatever you prefer?
General cards sounds fine to me.
Okay, excellent. So I'll just pull a couple of them here. Oh, these are exciting so far. Okay, so the theme of your angel's message for you right now is about empowerment on your path as a light worker, in terms of your speaking out and teaching other people about spirituality. So the first card that I pulled here is the empowerment card. This is a spiritual empowerment card from my Mermaids and Dolphins deck by Doreen Virtue, which I love, and I paired it right next to this card from the Angel Therapy deck that says workshops and seminars at the top. And this is always a sign that says you are someone who is meant to speak and communicate as part of your life purpose. So you're being empowered and prepared during this chapter in your life, and your prayers are being answered with regard to preparing you to be someone who will transmit information to other people. The next part of the message that your angels have for you is that you are receiving divine guidance, because you've got the crown chakra card coming up right here, and your angels want you to know that they've been shifting your energy a lot, especially through a recently developed soulmate relationship.
That's funny.
That the soulmate relationship is very much helping you to open up very much spiritually and receive an even higher boatload of psychic information, which is what soulmates do for us sometimes, so that's very exciting. The last bit of their little bit of guidance for you is remember to let go of any small thoughts about your life and career and dream big, because you've got the power. And to remember, as you take on more and more responsibilities and you're out there, working, just to walk your talk and make sure that you clear yourself of anything that may be, bogging you down, or of any, again, small-minded thoughts, or thoughts of like, oh, I'll just do this, little thing instead, because they want you to know that you are a powerful girl and you could be out there and will be out there doing really wonderful things. So that's very exciting, and it sounds just like you. So I love that.
I love it even more because both of us just went through a Reiki 2 attunement, and we went through it together. So we are actually working towards some interesting learning paths together. So that's right on point. So everyone should know how awesomely, just right on key those readings are. So.
Yay! That's so exciting. Awesome.
Awesome. Okay, so Samantha, you are on there. Go ahead and ask your question.
Hi, guys.
Hi.
How are you?
We're
Wonderful.
Good. It's so nice to meet you, Sarah.
It's wonderful to meet you too, my dear.
I'm
Glad to be
so
talking.
So excited about this episode, like all week.
Good. It's so exciting. Yay.
So I guess, I don't know, I don't really have a question. I just kind of was wondering if you could do maybe a general reading.
Yes, absolutely. I've already pulled a little series of cards for you. And This has to do with, right away your angels are saying that they want to raise the quality or the rate at which you are moving on your spiritual path, because they're showing me that you are a very spiritually inclined person. First of all, they want you to know, and this you probably already know, but just to sort of define what is very much a part of your particular character of spirituality. They say that you have an incredible bond with the earth and with nature. That part of your spirit is an earth spirit at heart. So this means that in other past life incarnations, you may have existed as an elemental spirit, as an earth entity that inhabits, the earth. Right. Which I can feel that all around you. You kind of glow like a little pixie. So it's great. So they want you to know that your life purpose has to do with your spirituality developing within this wonderful connection with nature that you have, and perhaps even with taking steps forward in your life to protect nature or to bring about messages to heal nature for other people, and even helping other people to open their spirituality or their sense of their own humanity, opening their heart through connecting with God and with nature. They want you to know that this energy that you have is incredibly maternal. So they're saying the words Earth Mother, and they're also saying that this comes through your maternal line. It feels like your maternal line of ancestors are all people who are intuitively inclined or very sensitive, very open, sensitive human beings. So this is something that's very, very special. Now, something that they are putting to you is that there are the life changes that you've been praying about bringing into your life. Anything that you've been dreaming about or moving towards. They're saying that you can attract or manifest these new changes in your life as you learn to heal in the heart chakra, because they're showing me this card right here, the heart chakra, lined up with a card that is called self-forgiveness right here. So as we forgive and release any sense of, they're saying over-responsibility maybe for helping or saving or fixing others, which so many of us Earth Angel Lightworker people have. We all want to help or save everybody around us. But the thing is, you release that sense of over-responsibility and just forgive yourself and let go. As you move on, you're going to start seeing some wonderful changes. And we've got the card Blessed Change that comes up right after that, and the card A New Dawn. So they're saying that these things, really the next step on your path again is shifting at a relationship level. So just think of any ways, or you can pray and ask your angels, how may I uplift all the relationships in my life so that they are in integrity with who I am and respect the kind of energy that I have and what I have to offer, because we don't ever want to be, drained too much by one or two needy people and then unable to take, action fully on our paths. So that is their message for you. Do you have any questions within that?
No, actually, that was amazing. Thank you so much.
You are so welcome. I'm glad that you resonated with that. Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Okay. Oh, bye, Samantha. Thank you. Sorry, I was muted. Okay, Ree, whenever you're ready, go ahead.
Hi, Sarah. Hi, everybody.
Hi, Nori.
How are all you guys?
Great. How are you? It's wonderful to see you.
I'm good. You too. I love your readings so far. They're so beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah. I guess I'm ready when you are.
Okay, great. Do you want me to just pull some general cards for you, or do you have any specifics that you would like to work on?
Just general would be fine.
Okay, awesome. Okay, so what is coming into into the energy for you, first of all, is a message about needing to protect your own space and protect your own idea of what it is that you need to be doing with your life and how you would like to spend your time. We've got the protection card right here. And the energy from this card and the message from your angel that comes up is it feels like there's some pressure coming from other people that may have different ideas as far as what they want you to be doing in your life and how you should be spending your time. And they're saying that you inherently know exactly what it is that you need to do, and you don't need to worry about, you know, being supported in terms of finances or, you know, physical support or whatever like that. They're saying that it's important for you to follow your strength. We've got the solar plexus card right here, and the solar plexus always represents the part of us that is our strength and our confidence moving forward. So they want you to know that you can truly learn to strengthen your confidence and be very assertive and have faith in what you know is right for your path by spending some time listening to your intuitive feelings. You've got the Listen to Your Intuitive Feelings card coming up, as well as spending time alone, meditating and in contemplation. We've got the contemplation time card here as well. As you spend a little bit more time kind of relating to yourself and just spending time listening to your own voice, to your own gut intuition as far as what you know is right for your path and what you really want. And your angel's little hint in this is you always know what is right for your path because it's what you feel the most attracted to. It's what you feel the most passionate about in this world. So go towards your passion, the thing that you love. Passion is just another word for us hearing or feeling the presence of God, the energy of spirit in our lives. So it's very sacred and holy, sort of, you know, to follow that which makes you feel passionate in this world. And they want you to know that you can have complete confidence in following this path, and that those who are around you will eventually have faith exactly in that thing too, because they're going to see that this is your purpose and that you are so good at what they do, and they don't need to worry about you one bit. Your angel's last little bit of guidance is if you want a little bit of extra help in this area in life, you can just call on them for guidance and just say, angels, please be with me and surround myself and everyone else involved to help get me started walking confidently on my own path moving forward. Do you have any other questions within that you'd like to ask?
Wow, that was really spot on, actually. Yeah, I have been feeling more confident. I still kind of struggle with like doubting myself or not giving myself enough credit, but yeah, I have been listening to my gut more and more, actually, because it's usually right. And like being by myself, spending time alone and everything. And I do feel a lot of pressure, especially like to help others, but I love helping others, so, but I need to help myself. And I've been doing that more and everything. And
wonderful. You know, I love that there's a little bit of a theme going on with some of the readings that we've had so far, because, and I find that that's so often true when you're, you know, in a group setting and everybody's getting guidance, is that there can be a common theme. So even for those of you who are listening and who we're not directly talking to, this is probably a message for you too, that it's important to spend time focusing on yourself first and healing things within yourself first before you go out and then heal other people, because you have to have a sense, true compassion in this world. True compassion always starts with yourself. Compassion does not exist until you give that compassion to yourself first. Anything where you are making a martyr of yourself, or, you know, doing something or reacting in such a way where you think you're just there to help the other person or give something to the other person when it's kind of against your own wishes, is actually false compassion.
yeah.
In true harmony with, you know, everyone's needs are served when we follow our real, you know, kind of gut intuition. So the last card that I just pulled to give us a little something extra for you is the card Strength. And this card is also from the Archangel Tarot deck by Doreen Virtue, and it's from the Major Arcana. And whenever a card from the Major Arcana comes up, it means that this is a major shift in your life. This is representative of a big, you know, chapter, you know, kind of turning into, you know, a new place in your life. And they're saying that it is based on you finding your inner strength and having the wisdom to release anyone else's harsh judgments on others, including yourself, and not letting other people's voices talk in your mind. No naysayers, just shut them all out and listen to your own gut instincts and your own intuition, because that is what will lead you on your true path.
Wow, that's really spot on too, because for the past month, or since like mid-October, I've kind of not felt like going out and stuff, just relationship stuff, just working on myself, healing myself, and I just can't describe it, but I just definitely feel huge shifts and everything. So it's yeah, it's kind of hard to describe to people, but my soul family gets it. So I mean, but yeah, that's really spot on, that strength card that you pulled.
Yes. Yay. Well, always listen to your gut. I think half the time that I end up giving messages to people, it's stuff that they've already heard or felt for their own life anyway, and I'm just there to give an affirmation of what you already know. So I love that you've already gotten that guidance, that you want to have contemplation time and go within. And I found that, again, this is such a theme that is kind of collectively going on with so many light worker types of people lately, that we've all been, kind of really asked to look at ourselves, because that is where we are going to strengthen ourselves to get ready to be taking the next big steps on our path. So thank you so much for sharing all of that, and it was absolutely wonderful to connect with you today, Nori. I'm sending you all my love and blessings.
You too. Thank you again so much.
You're welcome.
Hey, thanks, Bree.
Bye. Thank you.
Okay, so we do have another question. This one is from somebody who's watching from work on their phone, so they can't get on the chat. Go ahead.
She actually was just wondering if there was a way you could do a general reading for her. Her name's Ashley. She just can't get on webcam because she is watching on the side.
Okay, sure. I would love to do a general reading for Ashley. So as I shuffle the cards here, and I'm working with the Ascended Master cards, also by Doreen Virtue. I got a whole different cocktail of cards, oracle cards that I'm working with over here. I'm just going to pull out 3 cards for Ashley, and I'm going to do what people that read cards call as kind of a simple 3-card reading. And a lot of people say that, the first, second, and third card will represent the beginning, middle, and end, or sometimes past, present, and future. Generally, it's just a storyboard that kind of gives us a little bit of a message as far as what's going on. So, Ashley, we are going to tap into your energy and see what the angels have to say for you. So your first card is this. The first step that your angels would like you to take is to think about the priorities in your life. This card says priorities. It's time for you to get on track with some of the changes that you've been feeling guided to make in your life, and to think about what your biggest priority is first. They're saying that sometimes for you it's easy to get maybe distracted by the little things in life, like the errands or the things that we do for other people that can get us kind of held up, and in the end up taking up all of our time during the day. It's like our life flashes by before us because we put so much energy into maybe doing other little things for other people, or doing things around our home or for our families or whatever that may be. And they're saying that if you want to make big changes, it's time to start putting aside a little bit of time every day towards your highest priorities and goals, and you will start to see some wonderful results as a result of that. The next card that we have here is the Purification card, and this is about purifying your life of any clutter that may be getting in the way or distracting you from taking action. They say that that's something that you've been wanting to do or wanting to change in your life, is being someone who's able to have both the time and the inspiration, the sense of go, 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 to really start taking good action steps towards making some changes in your life. And they're saying start to purify, so you can get rid of any activities or responsibilities, again, that don't serve that highest priority, or you can also even start getting rid of physical clutter in your life, trimming away the fat, as it were, with regard to any clothes or belongings that you don't have. Sometimes it's absolutely miraculous what happens when we get rid of old stuff. It just clears up so much room in our lives and creates this sudden big whir of space that we have, that we can then work from with regard to making new changes in our lives. And the next thing that your angels want you to do is to remember to nurture yourself. And that goes really, really wonderfully with the theme of this reading, because when we are following our highest priorities in life and wanting to make, changes that really are part of our life's goals, nurturing ourselves has to be somewhere at the top of the list, right in there with everything else that we want to do. We have to have a balance in our life, a humanness to our life, where we're not running ourselves into the ground. Because if you run yourself into the ground, then it's like your work can be a little bit counterproductive, can't it? Because, in our lives we need balance. We need both an in-breath and an out-breath. We can't just constantly be giving, exhaling, or else there's nothing left to exhale anymore. Your lungs are empty. So your angels just want you to know that in that priority list, make yourself part of that number one and learn the all-powerful N-O word. No, and that's a complete sentence, and you can say that to whoever's demanding anything of your life or your time, even if it's you adding extra responsibilities that you don't necessarily need for yourself. So I love that, because again, it's so along with this wonderful theme that we've been getting about light workers empowering themselves to start making some of the changes that they've been praying about. So thank you very much, Ashley. Thanks for writing in.
That's actually beautiful, because Ashley is someone I normally do readings for, and you were just spot on, and it's so good to hear someone else. Just give her that curiosity she needs so well.
That's great. Well, I can't take credit for any of it. I always have to give credit straight back to the angels. I tell people I'm just the telephone receiver. I don't do anything. But yes, that is good to know, and I'm so glad that that's resonant and helpful for Ashley.
Thank you.
Yay, thank you. So we have time for a few more. I would like it if you could do a reading for the general collective of this earth, and then I was wondering if you and Shannon would be interested in switching positions and Shannon doing a card reading for you.
Yes, that would be wonderful. That's like a present. Oh my gosh, thank you so much. All right, cool. So I'll start with a reading for everybody generally on Earth, for everybody who's listening. This all applies to us in some way. And again, we know that we are receiving guidance that is relevant to us as long as you hold the intention for that in your heart, and you just pray, and then all you have to do is trust and pull, the first cards that come to you without even thinking about it, without second guessing or doubting yourself. So I have pulled 3 different cards, and I love these cards because, first of all, we've got the heart chakra card coming up again. And this is a card that says that there has been a lot of extra emotional sensitivity that has kind of been collectively out there in the world right now. A lot of people have been kind of discussing or talking about the last month or so, and then even gearing up into the next month or two as we go into welcoming in 2015. This is a time where there's a lot of energetic shifts that are going on for people, and for people who are extra sensitive to that sort of thing, it's going to make you feel even more emotionally sensitive than usual. And for those of us who are already very emotionally sensitive, it's just like, it can be through the roof sort of thing. But it's a blessing, because when you feel that extra bit of emotional sensitivity, it's a way that your highest self, your true self, is communicating very strongly with you. Remember that your feelings are always your best friend. Your feelings are your divine compass that are always leading you straight back to God, and leading you towards where you need to be on your highest path as a light worker. So honor your feelings right now, and especially in the coming weeks or coming months, whenever you feel heightened sensitivity, and just do whatever it is you feel you need to kind of lift yourself up and open yourself to the energetic shifts that are happening for all of us. The second card that I've got on this reading is wonderful. It says Playtime. And the Playtime card is so good because whenever there are a lot of shifts, a lot of sensitivity, and there's a lot of intensity going on globally right now in this world, there is a need to balance out that with laughter and love and joy. Remember, everyone, that we all have very unique life purposes in this world, but we also share a single life purpose that is all the same. And that is the point of life, is to love it, is to enjoy it, and to live with play and love and laughter and joy, because that is how we make Earth life just like heaven. And that is one of the big collective purposes. We're here in this world to expand heaven. We are here to make Earth just another, dimension of heaven, as it were, and it can be. There's, we have all this wonderful creativity at our fingertips, and playtime is just such a wonderful way to welcome in the new shifts that are happening collectively for us in our world. Now, the last card that we're getting is the card that says Morning Affirmations, right here. Also from one of my favorite decks, the Dolphins and Mermaids deck. And this card, I'm actually getting a strong intuitive sense that this idea of mourning has to do with a new beginning. They're saying that at the end of, or on the other side of this big shift that is coming through, that I really feel like we'll start feeling and kind of be on the other side of in the springtime, it's going to be a brand new beginning for us on personal levels, maybe with regard to something that's going on in your personal goals with your career, or even your relationship, statuses, or just something going on. It's going to be a new dawn. So your angels want you to know that anytime there's a brand new beginning, a new slate happening, clean slate happening for you in your life, you can co-create in that space where you've got a brand new dawn starting. And you can do so by choosing to hold positive intentions, affirmations, and beliefs, empowering beliefs about yourself, and shifting the order of your life towards self-love. Because that's truly what I feel the theme of the big shift that's going on right now through these winter months is. It's this collective, calling so that we will reorder our lives to be more authentic with ourselves, which is to say, to be more in line with self-love, and making self-love the thing that helps to order all of our life priorities. And that certainly makes it very easy, doesn't it? It's like, okay, there's my North Star as far as what will navigate me through life. What is the choice that reflects self-love the most? And that's how we can make, some really big changes. So, so I love that message for everybody, and I hope all of you do too.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
thank you. Okay, so we're gonna go to Shannon, and then we have 2 more people that would like a reading from Sarah. So whenever you're ready, Shantastic.
I actually pulled your cards for you while you were giving us the group reading, and I actually pulled some very awesome cards for you. The first one I got was actually Transformation, which kind of reminds me of you, because it's a girl coming out of cocoon with like the really wavy, flowy hair, and she's got more butterfly wings than angel wings. And I'm using the it's called the John Holland Oracle deck. That's the deck I like to use as my first deck. And the cards just really speak out to me. And she's wearing a green dress, which means that to me that's the heart chakra. That's something you really love, and that's what you're transforming into. And her cocoon's actually, I don't know if you'll be able to see it on the camera, but it's an eye, and it looks like she's peeling her old self away and really just coming into it. And then your next 2 cards, which I kind of pulled together for your 3-card spread, were Material and Spiritual Prosperity and Material Harvest, which were both just emotional cards. And he's coming into full bloom of what he's been pretty much farming for the year. The first one was Material Harvest, and it's a man sitting at a table also in green, which means he's doing what he loves, and he's just surrounded by all kinds of good abundance. And he's got a halo coming from him, which to me means that the angels are helping him, just like they guide you. And if I can recall what the book says of these cards, it says that generally something's coming to an end for you and starting anew, which I think is perfect for the end of the year coming up upon us. And you're just getting ready to cleanse and get into that New Year spirit and just start afresh, and just really looking at what you've created, which is your prosperity. And when I first met you at Imminent Disclosure, I don't know if you were just coming into your teaching role, but you taught a lesson there, and you seemed like you were really put together and really excited about it, but you're still a little like edgy about it. And now you just seem so flowy in your space and where you just deserve to be. So you're just ready to accept that spiritual prosperity and that material harvest going into the new year. And both these cards, they both have, one has the halo, one has the big sun, or the full moon, whichever resonates better for you, whether it be the sun or the full moon. That's what's really speaking out and calling to you. Because some of us resonate more with night and some of us resonate more with day. And I think the fact that he's glowing just so brightly just means that you're just ready to shine, and that's what you're harvesting right now, is your abilities are just coming through. And it's really divine to be working alongside of you.
Yay! Thank you so much, Shannon. That is wonderful, and it is so spot on with some of the things that I've been feeling and also praying about on my path. So I absolutely love that, and I love your interpretation of those symbols. And I think that's just such a wonderful way. I love that, you know, this is a way for so many people to kind of learn as they work with their oracle cards on their own. The beautiful way that Shannon saw, you know, the repeated symbol of the green, you know, these characters wearing green throughout these cards, you know, following their heart, being on their path, and then this illuminated light, this common thread with the symbols of light, and the way that you interpreted them were just so spot on and so perfect. So thank you so much, Shannon. That was wonderful. Yay!
Cool. So we have a few more people that would like one. A few more people have also entered the chat. So if you are in the chat and you would like a reading, just go ahead and say, I would like a reading. Up next we have Barbara Johnson. And she's in the chat. She's not able to join, but she is accepting of a card reading.
Okay, great. And no specific questions, just a general reading for Barbara?
Let me ask her in the chat room. There we go. So Sarah, how long have you been reading cards for?
I have been doing this professionally since 2009. That's when I got certified by Doreen Virtue in Mediumship. I had been working with cards kind of for several years before that. It always was kind of a passion and an interest of mine, but I didn't start doing it more officially until then. And then the following year in 2010, I got certified as an angel therapy practitioner by Doreen Virtue, whose cards I use. I almost only use her card decks just because I think they're so pretty, and they're always very, very positive. So yeah, I've been doing it for quite a while, and I find that it's a wonderful tool to use.
Awesome. And Barbara said just a general card reading. Okay,
great. So I just pulled 3 cards for Barbara, and as I tap into your energy, Barbara, the first thing that I'm getting is that it feels like there have been a lot of energies from other people that have kind of been coming at you really, really strong from a couple different directions. And again, this feels like a situation where we're getting other people wanting to put their influence on you, or that have their idea of what they would want you to do as far as spending your time. And they're saying to go ahead and break free. That's our first card right here, is to you know, take the courage to, you know, kind of break through and try new ventures or new experiences to help you learn and grow, and don't be afraid to let go of any persons, situations, or patterns that feel like they are no longer serving you on your path. The next thing that they're saying is we've got the Make a Decision card. So this is a card that says to me, if there's been anything going on in your life where you've been feeling a little bit stuck or indecisive, or like, I don't know exactly where to turn here, they're saying that you will start to be able to listen to your intuition more, because the answer is already inside you. Your angels want you to know that for sure you've already been hearing the answer, because it's what you want deep down. It's what you want the most deep down for your life, what feels the best for you. You'll be able to make that decision once you let go of, again, these influences or opinions that are coming in from other people that, you know, are just kind of serving to get in the way at this point. So don't be afraid to let go of them. The last card that we have for you is the Make-A-Wish card. And the Make-A-Wish card has to do with being bold and daring with regard to asking for what it is that you want most, asking for your absolute, you know, nearest and dearest heart's desire, and don't be afraid to go after that, and not letting yourself kind of settle for second best, or settle for anything less than what it is that you want. Your angels want you to know that you have the power to make the changes that you want in your life, or to go after the things that you want to achieve. So absolutely go forward with them, and be brave in letting go of anything that you see as no longer serving you on your path.
Yay, beautiful.
Thank
It's
you.
actually basically.
Barbara.
What's that?
I said thank you to Barbara too.
Yeah, definitely. She actually posted a question after she initially said general question, and you answered her question anyway.
Oh. Well, that's great. You see, the angels were listening. You didn't even have to ask it, and the angels were absolutely listening for her. What was the question?
She said, let me scroll up real quick to see that. She said,
"What was my path?" I think.
Yeah, what sort of path is she on for the future?
You answered it. Awesome.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's great. I think the angels gave some wonderful steps to take to clear away that path and to start moving right forward with it.
She actually had a reading the other night, and she got a wish card, so that's how spot on it was that 2 readings in a row she didn't make a wish.
What a synchronicity. And that's I love that you offered and added that into that, Shannon, because I think it's amazing when we've got little synchronicities like that, or repeated signs and symbols that are coming to us from our guides. So for those of us that really need a true sign to come for us, look for the repeated things that you're seeing in patterns. And know, too, that whenever you ask God or the angels or your spirit guides some kind of a question or for some kind of help in your life, they will always give you the answer, and they will keep delivering that answer until you're able to hear it or recognize it. So, yeah, look for those repeated signs. And I think that it's absolutely magical when we're able to stumble upon those sorts of things.
Signs and numbers have been so important lately.
Yes.
I knew, like, our whole trip home, every time we would kind of get lost, we'd just look for certain numbers or symbols, and that's how we knew we were getting right back on track.
We got this. So the other person is Johnny Height. I think that's how you say it. Johnny Height. He is also general reading.
Okay, a reading for Johnny. And it's funny because I pulled all these different card decks out here to work with, but today I have been drawn to the mermaid cards more than anything, because I kind of ask in my mind, I go, okay, angels, what card deck should I pull towards? And I keep going straight back to these mermaid cards for some reason. I really like them because they're actually good for healing subconscious beliefs or underlying things. That's what kind of the mermaid will represent. They go into the depths, so it's like this symbol of healing the deep parts of ourselves or the unconscious parts of ourselves. So that must be a sort of theme for us today. And interestingly, we've got a card here that actually really reflects some of the things that we got from the last reading as well, with regard to it's okay for you to kind of let go and break free from anyone's energy that's been, or anything around you that has seemed, kind of limiting, or has wanted you to, make your path settling for second best, or, dreaming small for yourself. Your angels see for you that you've got big dreams. You've got, it feels like you're a very creative person, and you've got, very high goals for yourself. And they're saying, increase your standards. This card says, set your sights higher. And they're saying that it's safe for you to believe in your highest goals for yourself and to expect more. Expect the best, because you will be delivered what you expect. You will attract what you focus on the most, and you'll start to see evidence of that showing up in your life based on the people that you meet. You'll start to attract the way that you treat yourself, and the way that you kind of set your sights in your mind. You'll start to attract that into your outer world in terms of the opportunities that you get. The next is your angels want you to start to surround yourself with positive people, situations, and to avoid any, again, naysayers or negativity. This is the positive energy card that I'm reading from here. And this is a sign that says, you know, as you surround yourself with like-minded people who would support seeing you as, you know, an empowered person who is, you know, on a high and successful path in your life with manifesting what you want, you will, you know, start to experience more of that, and you'll be able to relieve yourself of any, you know, undue stress that is in your life. Another little bit of guidance that your angels are giving is this: they want you to know that it's important to not share some of your dreams with people who are naysayers. Sometimes when we share our dreams with people who, you know, might be more negative, who might, you know, want to just start shooting things down right away, it's like exposing a little, you know, baby to the elements, and, you know, without its coat on in a winter storm. You wouldn't want to expose your precious, you know, life dreams or goals unless it's, you know, stronger and has legs to stand on, so that people can't go in there and try to naysay or shoot you down. Because when our dreams are in their infancy, or we're just starting to plant a new seed, we want to surround it with nothing but nurturing, positive energy as it is growing in its first, you know, more vulnerable or innocent stages. And the last card that we get already kind of, we've almost covered it a little bit, but it says protection. And again, it says to protect your interests in this world by, again, not letting other people shoot down your dreams or to view you as less than who you are. You are a strong person, and you are the person that you are able to imagine yourself to be with regard to some of the creative goals that you have, and some of the goals that you also seem to have with regard to seeing more of the world, whether that mean moving to a new location or traveling a little bit more, getting out there and experiencing more things. So don't let anybody, or even, you know, your own inner critic, shoot you down at all, because you've got a lot of positive in you, and all you need to do is to nurture the seeds of those dreams that are within you, and they will absolutely start to grow according to how you believe about them, because those beliefs that you give to your dreams are the food that nurtures them. So believe as you would like to see in this world, and you will experience it. Thank you so much for your question.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful. So if anybody has any more questions, just you can message it in the chat or on the Facebook. And the first question that we had, Ellen, she just wanted us to give you a hug and a kiss for her.
Oh, thank you, Ellen. Thank you. That's very sweet of you.
So we got that. And I'm just going to wait and see if there's any more questions real quick until... Because if there's not any more questions, we're going to go to the space weather. Any more questions, anybody in the chat room? Any questions for Sarah? Thank you again for doing this with us, Sarah. It's truly wonderful and amazing to have you with us.
You are so welcome, and thank you so much for having me on. It's always such a pleasure to share with you guys and to get inspired, all of us together here. It's great.
Yeah, definitely. Our podcast has grown a little since you last came on, so it's really fun to have you continuously be on, and I'd like to see that in the future as well.
Yes, yes, that has been wonderful.
Okay, so maybe we might have a few more questions. Let me check real quick. Nope. Okay. So we're going to go over to space weather real quick, and then we'll be back. And if you do have a question, we can ask after that. But for now, we're going to go over to space weather. So with your space weather, I'm going to start off with the solar flare update for you. And the way I like to start off the solar flares is, let's see if this is right. I'm just trying to see if my screen is right. Okay, good. I can hear myself. That's weird. Okay, so regardless of me hearing myself, I do like to start off with the solar flare updates with the planetary alignments, just so that we can see where the planets are in our solar system, their alignments. It's important, at least to me. What we have right now is Jupiter is in Virgo, Libra is empty, as well as Scorpio, minus the moon. The moon is in Scorpio, my bad. Sorry, Shannon.
Libra.
Libra?
Yeah.
Oh, my chart here is wrong then. This is old, but anyway, I'm going to keep doing it. The sun is in Sagittarius. Mercury is about to be in Capricorn, Venus as well. Mars, Neptune in Aquarius, Uranus in Pisces. And that's what we have for you today. For the solar flares, we don't have much unusual activity except for this one chart right here. As you can see, there's a straight line instead of how it's a big dip, a big rise and a dip, how the rest of them are. It's a straight line right here. And I haven't seen this before, but I believe it's a malfunction from one of these solar flares hitting whatever device was recording this data. Beyond that, there's not much unusual activity, no X flares right now, but I will give you a direct feed of what the sun is doing. So as I go to the start and I speed this up, I'm just noticing, and as I pause it, I want you to look, if you can, at this shadow right yonder. If you were tuning in last week, you also noticed the shadow was in the feed, and I feel this could be sort of an effect from the planet that was going by, and it just kind of stayed into that. Or another possibility, if you're into this sort of thing, is it could be a giant UFO with a cloaking device, and the sun's light is just sort of bending around that and making it look as if it's a shadow. I'm not going to say which one I feel is right, but I just want you to notice that, and maybe if you're interested, we can dive into that. And if you find anything out, let us know. So I'm going to continue this, and the shadow will disappear right there. There's interesting activity going in the bottom left corner of the sun. You saw a little solar flare coming from the top right. A little malfunction. As you can see, as I show you on the chart, Venus is coming around. Venus is coming around the sun right here in the bottom left corner of your screen. More malfunctions coming from solar flares hitting the webcam. You notice this significant solar flare coming out there, but it may look pretty bad, but it's not really causing much for Earth. Just a teeny little flare. Right there, a decent sized flare. Not really Earth directed, so there is a medium amount of activity coming from the sun this week, but not too much. It still feels like a slow time mentally for us, so we're still sort of taking in everything that we've done this past year, processing it, seeing what we need to keep in, and sort of, you can visualize the sun kind of exploding at like a solar flare, just releasing everything that you've been holding within that little tiny light in your pineal gland or within your heart chakra. So just remembering to let go what you don't need anymore. It's a new year. We're new people. We can be whoever we want right now. So with that, I'm going to pass it on to Shannon for her update.
Awesome. Well, for the moon, we have the moon at a 25% waning crescent. That means it's 24 days since the last new moon, and it's currently 396,788 kilometers from us. It's also currently in the Libra sign, which may be why it wasn't showing up on his sun chart, is because the moon is currently covering it. It's creating order and focus, and not necessarily tidying and organizing as well as much as it is just pleasing interactions with others and trying to create focus on pretty much, like Sue said, the new year is coming, and we're focusing on our aesthetics and our environment and trying to solve problems so that we can just all start fresh. And the tendency now is just to avoid direct confrontations with anybody that you care about, especially with the holidays being such a touchy time for a lot of people in general. So stop having a fear of losing each other's approval, and just, instead of being confrontational, just love in general. And Generally, the moon being in Libra favors, sadly, the following activities as issues in that there needs to be more teamwork and cooperation. So open yourself up for that, especially if you are having a rough time through the holidays. Try to find someone to team up with and just be buds and get through it. Sometimes those days can be rough for each other, and the moon not being so full should lead to not so much craziness, but there are other energies really just pulling at us that are making it a little hectic. And that's pretty much all I have for the moon. But since CeeLo gave me a moment, we don't have Nick Now Nikki tonight or Ashton, so we don't have our other segments.
I miss you guys. Shout out to Ashton and Nick Melnicky.
Yes, indeed. So instead, he gave me a moment to share something with you guys, which I've been working on greatly.
That's the green one.
Which one?
The green one?
This one?
Yep.
All right. Let's see if I can do this right.
Yep.
I dropped my new website on 12/13/14, and it took me a little while to get everything organized, and I'm just really excited to share it with all of you guys. And pretty much it's just a way for you to contact me or shop the services that I've been trying to create for all of you, be it through energy jewelry and something as a physical item or a gift you may want for someone, or if you wanted to check out my personal services, I have those up too. But really my current project is this Paint the States right here, and if you click that, it'll take you to this Indiegogo page where I'm just trying to raise the money for shipping. It's not even necessarily paying for a painting, but if you can just help me with shipping, I'm trying to get a painting to every state in the U.S. I currently have about 12 to 15 of them covered, but that still leaves over half. So if anyone's interested, if you go to shantasticshine.com, there's a way to find the Indiegogo, or it's all over my Facebook. And I am just grateful he gave me a moment to share that with you, and hope you check out my website. That's all I have.
Hey, thank you. Sarah, you're still here with us.
Hello!
Let's see. Oh yeah, I had to turn my sound off because I could hear myself talking. But cool. So we do have another person who would like a reading. If you're still open for that, Sarah.
Sure.
Okay, and this one, his name is Brett Kane. Brett, did you have any specific questions for Sarah?
Is he in chat?
He's in the chat room, so I'll message in the chat room just real quick to see if he has any specific questions. And then after that, Ree had a question from one of her friends that she would like to ask for him. And also, Samantha said, quote, "I just want to say thank you so much, Sarah, for your beautiful reading. You are truly beautiful."
Yay, thank you, Samantha. That's very sweet of her.
Yeah, thanks, Samantha. And Brett Kane said just a general reading.
Okay, so I've pulled 3 cards for Brett, and this is from the Angel Tarot deck, which I love because it always gives us really super detailed information for people. And the foundation that they say that Brett is working from in his life right now is one of contentment. It feels like there is this theme of financial security and also emotional security that is kind of coming up in his life. And it says, you know, as you relax into the magic of the little things in this life and enjoy your happy family life, or, you know, the people that you love around you, you create more and more energy to attract more support in the things that you are kind of hoping for in your life. With regard to your passions or your career, or anything that you're doing right now in your life, they want you to know that you have come into your own. We have the card, the Two of Fire, which represents, you know, coming into your own with regard to your desires in terms of your passions or your goals career-wise. And it just says to continue to move forward and also to trust any new partnerships that are coming in, any new collaborations. The last card that we're getting here is the card that is about the power of creativity and being recognized for being a team player or being someone who is very, very skilled in specific kind of high-quality creative work. So your angels just want you to know that that is something that is leading you on the right path And that card, by the way, is called the Three of Earth. So they want you to know that you are right on track with regard to the steps that you've been taking to move forward with any creative pursuits in your life.
All right. I had to mute myself because I wanted to hear you. So the question, sorry, did I interrupt you, Sarah?
Oh, no, not at all. That was it.
Okay, wonderful. So thank you for that, and thank you, Brett. So her friend, it was Johnny who you gave a reading to earlier. He says, I just want to know if I'm going to keep hurting, how to let go of the pain, and if I'm going to continue to get worse. Because right now I feel so vulnerable to myself and my minds. How do you shut down certain parts in your brain without taking who you are away?
Forgiveness. Forgiveness is the key to the kind of healing that you seek. Forgiveness is the absolute path that will take you to no longer experiencing any more hurt, limitations, and it pulls out the source of any negative or limiting thinking from the root. And that's what we want to do when we've got a weed in our garden. We don't need to spend all sorts of time analyzing it and understanding the root system and, oh, this belief comes from my childhood. And sometimes that can be useful, but the most important thing to do when you see that there's negativity in your life is to pull that issue out by the roots. And the way that we do that is through forgiveness. So what you can do is you can take inventory of your life in terms of any past experiences or relationships. And you can start all the way back to your earliest memories in your childhood up to the present and ask yourself, whom do I need to forgive? Because as you forgive, that gives you clarity and freedom. And from that freedom or from that blank slate in your life, you will be able to then retrain the way that your mind is working and place in it positive thoughts instead of negative thoughts or worries or even self-defeating thoughts. And another thing to know that, as you work through this is when you're retraining the way that your mind is working, when it's got a pattern of habitually maybe thinking thoughts that are self-critical, for example, it's a practice. It's something that you have to practice and work on every single day. And it's something that in my own life I learned how to do, where I would, every time I noticed that a negative or self-defeating thought would be, going through my mind, sort of years ago when I began on my spiritual path, I would look at that thought and just observe it for a moment. And then I would imagine it in the form of a little ball of light, and I would offer it over to the angels and say, angels, you take this, I want to offer this or surrender this, belief to you, and I'm going to now replace that worry with a prayer, because worry doesn't help us with anything, but prayer helps everything. And little by little, slowly, the way that my mind worked and the way that, everything I was attracting in my life worked changed dramatically, because I, healed at the root issue, and I learned how to replace any negativity or worry with prayer until, those worries or those negative patterns or thoughts just started not showing up at all anymore. So keep plugging away at it, and I suggest journaling as a really wonderful way to, help us get to the bottom of this whom do I need to forgive question. I think it's a really wonderful way to kind of explore in your relationship with yourself. So I am sending you so much love, John, and thank you so very much for sharing with us. I think that's absolutely wonderful, because, by the way, when we're doing group readings like this, I truly believe, and it is my intention, that when there's something that comes through for one person, it's a message that could be for all of us. There's something in this that will help more than just you. So I want you to know that you've helped more than just yourself today in receiving this guidance. I'm sure there's someone else out there who needed to hear that advice as well.
I just generally think that's a beautiful way to kind of leave off with the podcast, because it being like the end of the year, I think that's one of our main goals, is just really to forgive everybody for anything, not just this past year, but in general, so we can start 2015 in just a beautiful way.
I love that. I think that's beautiful, Shannon. Thank you.
Thank you.
This is such a good podcast. Oh, I guess
Yay!
So we are getting towards the end. We have just, I think, 2 more segments, and the next one will be the mustache segment. So everybody, if you wanted to, you could get a mustache. Not necessary, but we're gonna go.
Love the mustache part.
Me too.
She loves
My
it.
favorite. I'm already getting my mustache ready.
Yeah, it was like one of the first segments that we had on the show.
I just think they need more mustaches, just for us.
Yeah.
We need like a big handlebar one.
All right. I got my mustache on.
Mine feels like a weird little mustache.
I don't know why I can't get my mustache to stick.
Aww.
Go,
It'll
mustache,
come.
go.
Look at
I keep dragging it over to my face, and it keeps snapping back to where it was.
You have the effects button?
Are you on effects or draw?
I'm on effects.
Okay. I think you just click it.
Oh.
Yep.
Yeah,
Oh, there we go. All right.
There it is. Beautiful. All right. So in the chat room, people are giving group hugs. So I just want to join that group hug for a second and say, love all you guys. So if everybody wants to just think of their question, and if you're in the chat, go ahead and do this with us. Just whenever we ask a question, you should answer as well in the chat. And my question for everybody, I must ask y'all a question. Do you ever feel like you're taking life too seriously at any point? And if so, what do you do to transmute that feeling into something joyful or more flowy for you? And I'll start with Sarah and then Shannon.
I think that's a wonderful question. My answer is yes. I often find myself taking life too seriously. I can tend to be a little bit of a type A person when it comes to my goals. When I see something that I want to achieve in my life, I go after it all or nothing. I start racing towards it, and I can take things a little bit too seriously sometimes, but I find that my best way of lightening up a little bit is connecting with some of my, closest friends and people that know how to make me laugh and smile, and they help bring me right back down to earth, because it is important to remember that, in order to be successful in anything, you've got to balance your life with play and self-nurturing time just as much as with that, work or those action steps forging ahead in your life.
Oh, beautiful. Shannon.
Yes, I think we all take life a little too seriously. I've been personally trying to take it a little less seriously. I guess my way of releasing it is just, I've been told a lot lately that I need to focus on my breathing, so I've been trying a lot to focus on my breathing before giving a full reaction to seriousness. And I like to, as we all know, I just like to paint, and I get a lot of that out by just taking paint to a canvas and just releasing whatever it is I'm taking too seriously. Sometimes I take painting too seriously. That's when a whole canvas gets destroyed. But then I feel better, and there's something artistic created out of it. So I just think art, or whatever way someone releases themselves, be it flow art or dancing or singing or playing the music itself or making a mess on canvas. It's whatever makes you happy.
Yes, Barbara also answered. She said, when one or more of my grandkids are with me, it's quite difficult to take life seriously. With children and grandchildren, there's always a worry hanging over my head.
Aww.
That's wonderful. I love that. That's so true.
Oh, Barbara. Well, thank you for answering, Barbara. So, Sarah, do you have a question?
Yes, I do. I have just sort of a fun question. I will ask this to both of you. I would like to know what each of your favorite outdoor or nature kind of spot is, whether it be the ocean or the desert or the woods or the mountains. I just think that's a wonderful, kind of way to get to know a person is, what their favorite thing in nature is.
That's a good question too.
My first?
Yeah.
Well, I actually live kind of in the middle of the woods, so the woods is like a very comforting, homey spot to me. It's kind of funny though, because I'm a fire and air sign resonant, but I love being near running water. I just don't like to cross it or get wet too much, but like just being near running water, like a stream, or actually it doesn't have to be running, like a lake or a river. It just really like calms me down. Maybe it just puts me out a little bit as a fire sign. But that's probably my favorite place to be, is just like laying on a rock near some water.
That's beautiful.
For me personally, when you said mountains, that totally resonated like really deep. I feel every time I've had a significant spiritual shift in my life, I've gone to the mountains. I started Project Bring Me to Life going to the Rocky Mountains for no other reason except for that I could feel my heart was like getting pulled to go to the Rocky Mountains. And that's when I hitchhiked for the first time. A few other times, like coming here to these mountains, the Appalachian Mountains is powerful. 3DL is, the first one was in Black Mountain, but usually it's always around mountains. So mountains, I don't know. When I get to the top of a mountain, I feel like that is the true me.
Wow, that's beautiful. I love that.
Thank you. Do you want to answer it, Sarah?
Sure. My power place is to visit the ocean. I feel, most alive and spiritually open and joyful and playful as well when I am on the beach, at the ocean, especially on islands. I think islands are very, very magical places, being surrounded, by water. So I am an ocean person for sure.
Beautiful. Samantha said that I love being in the woods. There's so many woods here in Washington. Haha, smiley face. And the ocean is lovely too, but definitely the woods.
Our elemental visitor today. That's great.
Beautiful. So, Shantastic, it's your turn for a question.
So I kind of have two versions of the question. For Sarah, I was wondering how you would suggest going about connecting with your personal like mediumship, or if someone's really trying to connect with that almost spirit realm, how you would suggest they do so, and especially since you are a medium and you have had experience with Doreen Virtue, and when CeeLo gets to answer just how you connect with spirit and how anyone in the chat room connects with spirit in general.
Yes. Okay. So when we talk about mediumship, just to clarify for everybody who's listening out there, mediumship is referred to when we are communicating in some way or another with our loved ones who are on the other side in heaven and who are guiding us. And I think that first of all, the number one step to take is to put the intention out there that you are open to this kind of communication, or just feeling your loved one's presence, or even if it's your angels, for that matter, or some other kind of spirit guide. Holding that intention and believing in it is step number one. Faith is the way through which we are able to kind of receive guidance. I think that everyone has intuitive or psychic abilities. Again, I think it is our birthright to be able to sense spiritual things in this world. I think every human being has that ability, and we develop it by having faith in it, because you experience as you believe. So if you believe in your power, you will experience these things. And then for me, I always ask the angels for help before I try to do anything. I just ask them. I say, hey, angels, help me to be a clear channel to receive the messages that need to come through for everyone's highest peace and healing in the situation. And I think that is a big help as well.
Brilliant. That's absolutely brilliant. What was the exact question?
Just how you connect with spirit, whether it be someone that you love that's passed, or maybe like a spirit guide, or just whatever your spirit representation is. She answered perfectly for the question.
All right, cool. Spirit is a very powerful word. The way I connect with spirit, or channel spirit is through, a lot of it is through my words that I speak, the physical language. I use that a lot to sort of channel the spirit and channel the spirit's message for myself and others. It's been difficult for me in this life here now, because of what has happened in the past when I have spoken out, and I am now just beginning to sort of finally cleanse that for the final time and be able to open myself up and to tell everybody that you need to find your own relationship with spirit, and that you do not need to rely on anybody else's interpretation. And that is the main reason why I stopped attending a church. Not that all of them do it, but most, not most. What I want to say is that the church is very trying to control your spirituality and your connection with God or with spirit. So, summary, create your own relationship with spirit, pray, meditate, paint, whatever you do that you feel the most love and that you feel the most joy from. Just continue to do that and know that you can have your own relationship with God. Also, sometimes we don't really listen and we doubt ourselves because we think that's just me making it up. Because it's a very, very slight change in energy until you can develop a sense for that. When you hear the angels or when they send you something, they don't just blow it off as you making it up. Like Sarah said, have the faith that that is the true message. And the more you build on that faith, the stronger and more easily it will be to differentiate between those energies. So that's my answer, and I would also like it if Shannon could respond with her answer.
Okay. The way I connect with spirit is I can feel a frequency come to me sometimes. It's a little different than normal frequencies. And when I just get that feeling that there's something there speaking to me, I've been, kind of like Sarah said, not acting on it as well as I should, but sometimes I get a vision of it, or it's just like a sound, and it's usually synchronistic to something that's happening in my world. Like I had a dream my door was unlocked, and I usually would think nothing of it, and then I check the door that's never unlocked, and it was unlocked. There were my angels and spirits speaking to me. Somebody was helping me. So there are those visuals and those audios there that are there trying to help you. So when you get them, don't second guess yourself. Just check it and go with it. And I just think both their answers were beautiful. And I really appreciate Sarah's, because I know there's a lot of people going through a really rough time this holiday season, just missing someone. I want to connect with them. And when they get those messages from them, they just think they're making them up and trying to comfort themselves. But really, I want them to know that it's like that spirit out there trying to guide them and give them that comfort for just the time that they're in. And that's important for everybody.
Beautiful. Thank you, Shannon.
Thank you, Shannon.
Our next, what?
So thank you.
Oh yeah, you're welcome. I'm just so happy that everybody is here right now. The next segment is going to be our last one, and it's just we get our chance to deliver a few shout-outs to anybody or anything. So I don't really want to go first, but Shannon, do you want to go first?
I'll go first. I want to give a shout-out to, first of all, James Scramlin, because he gave us our Reiki 2 attunements. He has indigo flame gifts, and he's pretty awesome. He gave us a very cozy place to stay and was a very amazing Reiki master with his gifts and just being able to give us a second. And someone else I want to give a shout out to is Skywalker and his girlfriend Ashley, because they made us this awesome dream catcher right here.
Thank you guys and girl.
Beautiful crystals and stuff in them, and it's actually a double dream catcher with beautiful feathers. And it was just a really surprised and amazing gift for us when we went to Michigan. And I collect and love dream catchers, so if you make dream catchers, you let me know. And I just was really excited to receive that. And she said she's going to be selling them and trading them on Etsy after Christmas, so I'll be sure to post the link for you guys. Those are my shout outs for you.
Yeah, that's amazing. Thank you. Um, I did have a few in mind, so I'd like to go first, if I may, sir.
Sure.
Cool, thank you. I wanted to give a shout out to Taylor Doll, or Zenora Saluda. She's been a very amazing person. She helped Scott Love put on 3DL, and she's now back in Detroit, and her and the other person I want to shout out, Nicholas Bryce, are coming back together again after the Eternal Tribe Foundation kind of split up a little bit. And you'll probably hear more about that, the Eternal Tribe Foundation, shortly. But Nick Bryce is going to be on the podcast soon to talk about light body Merkaba activations. So shout out to both of you, and I love you guys, and I can't wait to connect with you again.
Yay! My shout out today, I feel inspired to do a little shout out of love towards anybody who is about to face this holiday season without somebody who they really love, anybody that they are missing in their life, whether that person is on the other side in heaven or whether they are, just someone that you're not able to see or connect with, and you're missing them. I just want to send you my little etheric hug / etheric bouquet of flowers, and I just want to say that I love you, love you, love you so much, and I am sending you angels and prayers this season.
Beautiful. Thank you. So, Ree wanted to shout out Johnny, so thank you, Ree, for the shout out. And we had one last person enter the chat. I didn't know if you're still open to do one more card reading, but we did have one more person. If you were interested, Sarah, it's all up to you.
Sure, we could do one last one.
Okay, so this will be the last reading. And again, thank you, Sarah. You're so beautiful and you're so awesome, and thank you so much.
Okay, do we have a specific question or a name for our last reading?
Her name was Carly.
Carly, okay. Getting a message for Carly. The message that we have, again, I'm using the Mermaids deck, and the first card that we have is the treasure chest card, which is a sign that says any of the inspiration or answers that you are seeking in your life is already within you, and you can expect to receive maybe an unforeseen windfall of opportunities or support coming your way with whatever it is that you are praying about. The next card that we have is protection. The protection card has come up again, and it says to protect the positive energy that you have around you by creating safe and healthful boundaries with those in your life, because that is one of the wonderful ways that we can help ourselves to manifest good in our lives, is by protecting our boundaries and keeping our space and our lives very, very clear and ready. The last card is the break free card, coming up one more time, and it's saying that you can break free of any old patterns that you see may have been holding you back, especially maybe this past calendar year. Anything that you feel like you are done with or you've learned the lesson from, feel free to break free and try new experiences. If there's something that's been tugging at you that you've wanted to enjoy or try, go ahead and go for it, and really reach out for your dreams. Now is the time for it. It couldn't be a more fertile time to start manifesting new things in your life.
Beautiful, thank you. Sorry to sink that in on you. Her name, her name is Carly Noel, and Noel is my sister's middle name, so I felt it was significant.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah, thank you.
And she said you were really spot on and that it was you.
Good, good. Thank you so much, Carly, and I'm glad we were able to squeeze you in at the last second here.
So everybody, if you want, you can find out more about Sarah Haw. A link to her website is down below, right below the chat. It says Sarah Haw's website. You just click that button and go over to her website. And we have one video of her meditation below that. So listen to some of her meditations. They are very amazing and very powerful.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Was there one last thing you said you wanted to do?
I just generally wanted to give a shout out to everybody in the chat room, and it'd be Ree and Barbara and Brett and Anthony and Carly, and there were so many more. And Samantha, who's been one of our continuous viewers, she's been going through some miraculous transformations, and she's been talking a lot about her donor, and she just wants to give a shout out to them, and I just feel that's really important to her. So I want to give that shout out. Whoever helped donor, I believe it was a kidney or just whatever body part it was, to keep her here with us, to be a part of that, and to just be a viewer and a supporter. That it's blessed that we have people out there doing those things.
Yay, that's beautiful.
Just wanted to give that shout out for her. Thought it was really important.
Beautiful. Thank you. So with that, I have no more to do or say. And again, thank you everybody for being part of this podcast and this chat and interacting with us and just being who you are and being amazing. So with that, thank you again, Sarah. I can't thank you enough. And Shannon, you as well. Thank you, everybody. And any last remarks?
None from me except thank you, thank you, thank you.
All right, everybody have a great night, and we'll see you on Thursday when we host artist David Diamondheart. And his profile is on here. Check that out. Really amazing art, so it'll be a good podcast. And with that, everybody have a beautiful night, and namaste.
Namaste. Bye.
Bye.